Hello, everyone. Guys, I hope y'all was getting with that music because we were back here in the background jamming, okay? We've been having a good time all day because this is the much anticipated show, all right? We have our celebrity fashion designer guest on the platform today. So I hope y'all are ready. We getting down with the get down. Okay, so for those of you all who are tuning in for the first time to TeeShirtz Tea Tuesdays, I'm your host, LaShawn Rush, and
I'm going to be your co-host today. My name is Brittany Lawrence. I'm super excited to be here, y'all. Thank you for having me.
Yes, in case y'all didn't know, we do have a Facebook page and a division of BEMP Corporation called BEMP on the Spot with
me, Brittany Lawrence.
Woo! Hey. And just in case y'all didn't see our little reel today, we was getting on TikTok. What? All right, because we've been waiting. We too
hype right now.
Yes, we are too hype. And listen, we are super excited. So guys,
make sure that you guys go ahead and follow us on Instagram and Facebook at BEMP Corporation and at BEMP on the Spot. And then while you're there, make sure that you guys do subscribe and turn on your post notifications for our YouTube channel at BEMP Corporation as well. So whenever we post any new content, you guys can get a little alert on your phone and you can be the first to know.
Hey, and guys, listen, tonight is all about sharing because guess what? Sharing is caring. Hello. So make sure that you guys like and share this show tonight. Sprinkle a little bit on your timeline, guys. Share some with your friends and with your family because, you know, they want to see too. And if you have a friend or family member who's a fashion designer or somebody that desires to get into the line of fashion or in the industry of fashion, this is where they want to be tonight. This is where, right here, tonight,
right now,
we are going to have more than 50 years experience on this platform tonight, okay? We have another special guest that will be coming on the platform, but tonight it's all about Miss Claudinette, honey. It's all about Marie Claudinette Jean of Fuchsia Design. So y'all better be ready. We are so excited. And what else do we want to say? Hey, listen, we have a lot lined up for you guys this year. We got a lot of great things lined up for you guys this year. We are super duper excited. And we want to really just thank our guest for coming on, for agreeing to come and just grace us with her presence. So in the meantime, in between time,
you guys, we're going to roll a little clip for you. And then after that clip is over, we're going to bring her on the scene.
Hey!
Woo! Y'all better get
Y'all ready? Let's go, let's go. Hey, what to do, everybody? It's T-Shirts and Tea Tuesday time, guys. And I know y'all ready for me to bring this tea. Okay, so guys, this is our last week of Black History Month. So let's go ahead and take this thing out with a bang. We've been watching our timeline, and we know that you guys are anticipating this much anticipated celebrity expert advisor. And guys, because we know that you're just as excited as we are for this celebrity expert advisor, Brittany and I have decided to come together and give y'all a dynamic duo. Yes, guys, announcing and bringing to our platform CEO and founder of Fuchsia Designs, Miss Marie Claudinette Jean. Miss Marie Claudinette Jean is the wife of Wyclef Jean and the mother of Angelina Jean. Claudinette has a very strong operational and administrative background, which includes fashion design, operational management, time management, and product coordination. Marie Claudinette Jean has established celebrity followers, which include Mary J. Blige, Ja Rule, Whitney Houston, and Patti LaBelle, just to name a few. With all of that being said, now you guys know why you need to make sure that you have your notebook pads and your pens ready, because we're bringing you some piping hot tea. So y'all go on ahead and pull up to T-Shirts and Tea Tuesdays this coming Tuesday, February 23rd, 2021 at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Distance Time, and sip on some of this good old-fashioned hot tea we spilling around here. Don't forget to put those gears in park, because T-Shirts and Teas is bringing it to you, baby. So we'll see you soon on this coming Tuesday, February 23rd at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Distance Time. As always, guys, thanks so much for tuning in, and we'll see you on Tuesday evening.
So guys, we hope that you enjoyed that little ensemble that we put together. And like I said, we back here jamming to these beats because Trey made these beats, okay? He did, and I want y'all to know that. So anyways, we're not gonna make you guys hold on, gripping and clutching your pearls any longer. And we're not going to make you hold on to those teacups any longer. We're gonna go ahead and let you sip, okay? Just a little bit. We're going to bring Miss Claudinette Jean onto our platform. But first, let me say that Miss Claudinette Jean is, as you guys heard, the CEO and founder of Fuchsia Designs. She is also the wife of Wyclef and the mother of Angelina Jean. The reason why I express the importance of that is because that Miss Claudinette is a family-oriented person. It's family first for her. And that's one of the traits and attributes about her that I really admire. Being a woman in business, it's hard when you are a mother and a wife to be able to hold down all platforms, okay? And while her career has been important to her, her family is much, much more important. And I do want to stress the importance of family, because while we're out trying to get those coins, a lot of times we're missing out on opportunities to enjoy memories that we can, you can't go back and recreate with your children, with your family. So putting that value on your family is so important. And that is one of the other reasons why I'm just so happy that Miss Claudinette decided to join us. Guys, she is going to share a little bit of her background and her history with you. And without further ado, please join me in a round of applause and welcoming Miss Claudinette Jean. All right.
Hello. How you guys doing?
Hello. Doing good.
Hello.
Yes, we are so happy to have you on the platform.
Thank you.
Yeah. We've been waiting for this for like months, okay? And so this has been so excited. This has been so exciting to really have you on our platform and to just have you just educate us, because that's what we want. We want education. And I believe that that's what everybody's looking for. I mean, I was reading on your bio, I was like, dang, it has been 21 years that you have been in business.
Yes, I have. Actually,
Wow.
I started out 2000. Um, and I was at 499 7th Avenue. And of course, I was there for 12 years. And when my daughter came into poor, and of course, I had to take a little distance to raise my daughter. But in the meantime, I didn't give up in just fashion. I went into a whole nother field, what was real estate. So, real
Oh,
estate is my real money making.
okay.
So,
Multiple vectors of
but I'll
income.
be honest with you, fashion always have been one of the most beautiful, exciting thing for me to do, and I will do it for fun all day, all night. So when I first started out, just to give you a little background, I went to Montclair State University. I had my a scholarship there, and I was in a pre-med major for about 3 years. Then I changed my major to fashion study. When I started working into the field, I realized that was not for me. So I changed into fashion, and I've been in fashion since then. And I remember I was just like the only black student in class. And we had, just to give you a little background story, because I had left school for a little bit. Um, we was on vacation. When I went back to school, we had to write a paper to write about everything that you did for that summer. And I remember I was telling them how I want to become a big time designer. And my teacher looked at me. She was also my counselor, said, "Oh, minorities such as yourself, I don't think it's a good thing for you, designer, especially, it's a man business. I don't think it's going to be a good thing for you. Since you like the modeling, because I was doing modeling too, you should stick to that a little bit." And I was looking at her like, I'm too short. And I was so depressed. And I remember I went back home. I was like, you know what? I'm going to go and show them. And I took the semester off, and I focus all 100% of fashion, and I end up taking longer than I thought, and I end up in doing Fashion Week. I did 5 seasons under Brian Park with Sean John, with Tommy Hilfiger, with all the big boys. And by the time I went back to Montclair to graduate and get my degree, all the students from the fashion department was coming to me every single end of the month.
Wow.
I
What?
went back to show my teacher that I did it. She was no longer
Yes,
there.
yes,
That's
yes.
my story.
Oh my gosh. That is so interesting too because I was telling you that we had Dawn Haynes on a couple weeks ago, and she was saying how when she started out with like management,
Hmm.
touring like management, music management, things of that nature with Tina Marie. She's actually coming onto the platform now, and she
Nice.
was talking about how one person had told her because she wanted to go into law, and
Hmm.
there was a person that she really respected, and they told her like, no, they didn't think that she would, that she could do that because
Yep.
it was male dominated field and
Hmm.
or industry, and it was kind of like it kind of messed her up. So she decided to do something else, which was great because it really put her on a platform to where she was able to launch her career. And yeah, so that was for her, it gave her the ability to go back later on to say, hey, you know what you said to me. Um, she said that she would never. I apologize. She said that she would never tell anybody that they can't do something because
Exactly.
she knows exactly the effect that it had on her. And she's
Hmm.
actually in the studio now. If you would like for her to go ahead and join us, I think it would be a great opportunity. Is she there?
Okay.
Dawn, are you there? She'll be back. So we'll bring her in after
Hmm.
she gets back. But it's so interesting that you say that, except the fact that with you, this was really your passion. So it was like you were not trying to hear it. So,
Exactly.
like, no, this is I'm gonna show you. And that's exactly what
Exactly. And sometimes, you get these negative statement to people. They underestimate you, but sometimes it make you stronger. Other time it just weaken people. And I tell everyone, you just gotta do what you love, and you
Right.
just gotta put your 100% behind it. You gotta take baby step if you have to. Don't let
Right.
anybody tell you you can't. And that's one thing that I don't let my daughter use in the house. I can't.
Right.
Everything is possible.
Exactly. 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 And it's, the thing is that you are definitely a strong woman. I know that for sure.
Thank
Um
you.
just the tenacity and the determination, especially that we have to have as a people,
Hmm.
because we have so many things going against us already. We have to deal with the people who say, "Oh, you're a minority." This
Right.
and it's a male dominated industry, so you just might as well just stick to modeling because that's all that you're
Hmm.
really good for.
Hmm.
Basically, you're a pretty face, so just stick to that. But having to have enough determination to say, no, I'm not going to let you just tell me that I'm not going to be able to do this.
Hmm.
And that's something that I think a lot of us have, because we do face so much adversity, because of the fact that we're minorities. We have to do everything 100% better than
Exactly.
everybody else in order
Exactly.
to be able, in order
At the
to
same
stand
level.
out. Yeah, to be on the same level as
Of
other
course.
people.
Hmm.
Yeah, but the thing that I like about what you did was like you kind of like was like, now I'm gonna show you, but then I'm gonna also chart out my own path. I'm gonna create my
Hmm.
own road. You don't want to
Yep.
let me in on this side. I'm gonna create my own path, and I love that.
Exactly. Not that it was easy, because when I did get into the field, it was a man show. Even when I went to Paris and going to the fashion, the textile shows, it was nothing but Korean, foreign men into that room. And I remember I was like, oh my God, you will think that you will find more women into fashion than men, but it was a man world. And when I went, and I remember I didn't want to go into doing t-shirt and jean, and I remember a lot of people was doing that, and I'm like, I want to do the art piece, I want to do gown, I want to do this to show them that I can design differently. And I did that, and that's why I went into one of a kind pieces, because I was creating for individuals. And with my husband being in the limelight, and I remember I used to go into the ward passing my card, and I was networking, and I
Right,
didn't even care. I was just like doing what I had to do to make sure, individual was able to wear my clothes.
right.
So exactly. And then after 12 years, 9/11 hit. That was another major hit in New
Mm,
York City. And it ended up having a lot of company running off overseas. That's when most company would start moving to overseas.
wow.
Hmm.
See, that's information that I didn't even know. I didn't know
Oh
that.
yeah, it broke down New York City with all the major. Yes, it did. And that's when a lot of designers and a lot of people decided to really start focusing overseas. Then they was getting their money worth as well. But the
Hmm.
connection was so tough. People was always hiding,
Right.
the truth, the whole concept of how to go and make it happen. We had to go and search. We had to run. You had to, people say, oh, it's not an easy business, but at the end of the day, these are the conversation you was getting. But you had to be tough,
Right.
to get into that business back then.
Yeah. And
But
do
now, huh?
I
Now
was
it's
going to ask you, go
beautiful
ahead. Now,
because everything is right under your fingertips. That's the beautiful part for this generation.
yeah. That was one of the questions that we were actually going to ask you about.
Hmm.
We were going to ask you, I know we kind of talked a little bit yesterday about your creative process and learning how to draw,
Hmm.
the fashions that you envision in your
Hmm.
head. So can you tell us what your creative process is?
Um, I actually sketch it. I prefer to do the sketching, and
Okay.
I wasn't a great sketcher, but I saw it. everything that I sketch, I will see it. And
Mhm.
then I will make it turn to reality. I have to be the one to buy the zippers, the fabric, the lining, every detail. I have to actually put everything together and work with my cutters, my sewers. And when they're not there, I used to get in the machine. I used to do whatever it takes to. My mother was a sewer. My uncle, my
Wow.
first business started in my basement with all my family members, including all my aunts. And let me tell you, it was tough working with family. Oh my God. I had to get my oldest, let me tell you, I had to get my oldest brother to fire my aunts.
Oh my goodness.
Hello.
Hi, Dawn. How are you?
What's happening, ladies?
Nothing
We
much. We're so
good.
No,
happy to
I
see
got a
you.
multitask.
I see. I see. I
I
see.
said,
Thank you
I
so
got
much
a
for.
multitask.
Can you hear us?
Barely, but I said I have to multitask.
Oh yes, we heard you.
Mhm.
Can you see
Okay.
Claudinette?
I could see her.
I see you up there in the corner. Hi.
Hi.
Hello, hello.
How
I'm
are
so
you? How
glad.
are
Hi.
you?
I'm good. I'm good.
That's good to hear. I'm having really bad connection today. I don't know what's going on.
It's
Yes.
the cell phone service providers. I'm telling you, it's up one day, gone down the next. You just don't know where to be. I mean, they're all pretty much the same.
Yeah, I think that, since COVID, everyone's home on the phone.
Exactly. That's
Yep,
true.
nobody's at the Fort brick and mortar behind four walls anymore.
Nope.
Can't
Well,
talk
I,
on your
I know
cell
I
phone
know
while
how
you're
to
at work.
resolve that. I'm just going to have to fly into the studio.
Yeah. Hello, come on.
That's what's going to have to happen.
Yes, 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 yes. We were just talking to Claudinette about the industry, and man, she revealed some stuff that I did not know. In terms of like not being told all of the information, not being given all of the information to, so that you can be successful. A lot of the companies moving out of the country after 9/11 happened. It's
people,
just
co- people coming to the studio, to the showroom, trying to get ideas so they could run with it because they were quicker to get the information. I mean, to get the production done quicker. It was a hot mess back then.
oh my god.
All
Queen.
that.
Ah,
Oh my gosh. So
yes.
the fashion industry is back then definitely
Oh,
was not
yes.
for the faint of
Oh,
heart.
yes. Oh,
You
yes.
had to have some stick to itness to be in the fashion industry.
Yes, thank God I had some individual that was very nice to me back then. Naomi Campbell. Actually, she the one that actually gave me the realtor to find my spot in 499 7th Avenue. She came to my show. That's my girl. I love that
That's
girl.
the girl.
And then we had Tommy Hilfiger, his brothers, all of them came to the shows. Russell Simmons,
Wow.
everyone. There was, where are you getting this stuff done? Well, I remember Tommy Hilfiger sent his brother to the
Mhm.
showroom, and he say, "How she's making this thing so fast?" And I say, "My production is in the back too." He said, "You're not sending them to China?" I said, "China." Okay, so that's why it's happening. So that
Yeah.
was that was back in 2000, 2001, 2002.
Wow.
Yes.
It is so interesting that you brought up Naomi Campbell because that Dawn was just talking about her when she came on to the
hmm
platform.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. First time I met her, I was doing a photo shoot. Back then when you try to be a model, I'm too short, but I was doing my thing back then, but I'm just too
Okay.
short. I
Give it
was
up to the
I was
short.
just coming out of a showroom. I mean, out of a photo shoot because I was trying to get my free test shooting so they could use my
Mhm.
picture and I have free pictures. While she
Yeah.
was coming in with her mom, I was leaving. That was the first time I met her. Then I met her through another friend, Nisha Fur. That was my girl too.
Oh.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh my gosh. So now let me ask you a question. I know I've noticed
a lot. Now, I told you, and I think I spoke with Dawn, and I was telling her the same thing, that I'm seeing a lot of Black entrepreneurs, business owners coming
Yes,
up, trying to
love it.
support their own fashion lines,
Mhm.
right? Um, the other thing that I've noticed is it's a huge uptick in like Chinese companies
Yes.
selling like their apparel like dirt cheap, right? Like really, and they use our pictures and stuff to make you think that it's a Black company. But then when you go to look at the about information on their website, that's when you notice that they're not American based, that they're Chinese, that it's a Chinese company. And I know that a lot of times people go that way because the manufacturing and all of that stuff is so much cheaper. But one of the things that you just talked about, which I was thinking might be a solution, is to have I know I think a lot of people outsource to China because it was cheaper than paying people to sew and to produce manufacture the products right here in the US. But I
Mhm.
really think that we're going to have to start going back to that.
Mhm. Well,
Because,
again, they're much cheaper, and now
mhm,
they're coming to you. Because
yeah,
back then, when I used to go to New York, going to the upgraded to upgrade the patterns and so on, it was used to be the Jewish, the Portuguese, they used to own the building. But now when you go, it's all Korean, and they know that we as Black, we are $1 billion corporation. We
mhm.
buy a lot.
Yes, we do.
We do. The name brand, the big payoff is coming from us. Maybe that's one of the reasons why they're using Black
Right,
faces, because we are major buyers.
right.
And at the same time, you can't outbeat them for the price as well.
Hmm.
That's another thing.
Yeah.
So the beautiful thing with me, I was able to work. Now, when I went back more into production. Back then, I was one of a kind,
Hmm.
try to do something different, being creative, get my name out, and so on. But now it's all production. And thank God,
Right.
all my production, the few that I just did online right now, as we speak, I have a lot of pieces online.
Hmm.
I was able to do it in US. So
Good.
I'm trying to focus most of the stuff that I do USA,
Hmm.
because this is another thing that we are trying to do as well, bringing the manufacturers back.
Yeah.
But the Korean is also coming back to us too,
Hmm.
because I
The only thing
recently
that,
going back and I'm getting my showroom on 38 and 7. And guess
mhm.
what? The, most of the building are owned by foreigners now.
It is, and it's sad because our communities no longer look like our communities.
Hmm.
And like you were saying, we buy a lot, but when we're spending our money with them, they're not reinvesting that money back into our communities.
No.
So instead, we're seeing more of a deficit in the Black communities, more of a gap in terms of wealth in the Black communities. And you have all of these other nations of people that are filthy, they getting filthy rich off of our dollar.
Yeah.
So I was, thinking about, like you said, the production part of that, bringing that back to our communities, because there are a lot of people that are now getting back into sewing.
And lack of community with us as well. So that's
Yeah,
important. You understand?
yeah.
Because every other form of success with any other individuals
Hmm.
is because there's a unity. If this
Hmm.
doesn't work for this person, they always know someone else that could do it, and they'll grab your hand and take you there. But with
Yeah,
us, we always, there's always a distance, and we need to
yeah,
cut that mess out and get
yeah.
together.
And that's the one thing that I really appreciate about both you and Dawn, because I was able to reach out to both of you. You answered
Mhm.
your phone and she
Mhm.
answered her phone. And when I explained what it was that I was doing, you guys were both like, you didn't ask any questions, like how long you been. No,
Yeah.
you found out what the mission was, and it's like, okay, this is what we need to do.
Let me.
And
Well, a big part
yeah,
of it is too is the big part of it is that you could feel your genuine spirit when you called, it wasn't
Mhm.
about, let me ask her about her credentials. This could have been your first podcast, your first day coming on here.
Exactly.
I would have said yes, because
Wow.
I could hear your passion. I could hear you sincerely love what you're doing, and you want to. I mean, you have interviewed enough people that you have this thing down, but you want to know stories, and that's, I think, the great part about success. Everyone has a story of how they got there, and no one story is
Mhm.
alike.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Mhm.
And
And
then
you
for
got
me,
right into it.
Yeah.
when you call, I was like, "Who's that?" And then I start talking to you. I said, "Okay, no problem." And then I went and checked, and I was like, "Oh, I'm glad that I'm doing this." You know what I mean? Especially with the crisis that everybody is going to right
Mhm.
now. Everybody want to build each other up. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? And make it happen, and
Yeah.
uplift, because there's so many negativities out there, so many anger and stress, and
Yeah.
people are just losing it. And so when you could help another, to uplift, I run for that.
Oh, thank you so much. I want to see our people make it. Like I know that it's our time. I believe that it's our time. We've
Mhm.
sat back and we've supported every other nation, and that $1.3 trillion in buying power. That's a
Mhm.
perfect example. Those are our receipts to show that we
Exactly.
supported everybody else, and yet and
That's
still we are
true.
still on the outs. We're still, our forefathers were the ones that built this country, that put the work, the hard work, sweat and tears into building this country. Whether and same thing in Haiti, it's no different. We are
Yep.
a people that are dedicated and will work and we will build.
Yes.
But now it's our time to come together, like you said, and really work together to bring this thing to. We have to. I mean, if
Yep.
we don't, there's no wealth in terms of Black people at all
Mhm.
in the US.
Yeah, I mean,
That's true.
that it goes back to we have a lot of entertainers who have Jewish accountants, Jewish attorneys, they're investing in Jewish communities. They're
Right.
taking the hundreds of millions of dollars that Shaquille O'Neal or that these guys are making,
Yeah.
and they're not concerned with the Black community. So the
Yeah.
only thing that they'll do is buy liquor stores and make sure that
Yeah.
we stay intoxicated and stay disconnected from what will elevate us. So it's, I try not to blame too many other people for what
Mhm.
we're doing, but we really need to get more LeBron James mentality into
Yeah.
our communities.
Mhm.
LeBron gives back 125%. And so
Yes.
I just think that we really need to have more leaders that, can make these phone calls and say, hey, listen, we're building a small after school program for kids that go home. Normally they go home and no one's home. No one's there to
Mhm.
help them with their homework. No one's there
Right.
to ask them how their day was. No one is there
True.
to put them, a little snack or make them a snack.
Mhm.
No one is there to tell what a great job they did today.
Mhm.
So even if it's the
Agree.
smallest, slightest little thing that we can start implementing in every community. I mean, I know
Mhm.
coming up we had the YMCA and the YWCA, and I learned to swim, and I learned to
Yeah.
Yep.
play games with other
Me
kids. Like,
too.
you know what I mean? It was just
Mhm.
a great safe community, and I
Yeah.
learned how to. I had sisters, but they were older. But going there, I learned to play checkers. I learned to play chess. I learned to play games and learn rules. And those are
Mhm.
the simple things. Like when you learn rules of games, sports, or whatever it is. When you have a coach, you then learn that get older, you need a coach in business. You need a
Right.
coach throughout, like everything that you do, because
Right.
without that you get distracted and you're doing too much on your own. So I
Mhm.
think that we just really need to start having programs for young adults, and then when you get to a certain level in your business, you need a coach to know when is it time to go to a bank and ask for $100,000 loan.
Right.
How do you build your bank credit? What is
Mhm.
done in Brad? What does it
Yeah.
mean to have, you know, all of these things that nobody
Mhm.
really teaches
Yeah.
Black folks in the community of how to grow and how to
Exactly.
put a simple business plan together. It
Together.
seems
Yeah.
difficult, but it really isn't. But we just haven't
Right.
been guided and supported.
That's
Yeah.
true. That's true.
So,
I agree. I agree 100%. Oh, we have a question.
okay.
Miss Carrie Norris said, Miss Jean, Miss John, has COVID-19 affected the fashion business or your business?
Oh, COVID-19 affected everyone. There's not one person that wasn't affected by
Mhm.
COVID-19. And for one, everything is shut down. For two, everyone is at home. Three, people are losing their jobs.
Mhm.
Four, people are in a space of 2 years inside their home. Some people are
Mhm.
feared to go anywhere right now and
Right.
haven't been going back to a job. Companies are going bankrupt. Companies are closing. And I'm looking at my area, I'm looking at $1 billion corporation that's going out of business. You know? So it affects everyone. There's not one person that haven't been touched by it except the food companies.
Yeah.
Because we have to eat, you
Yeah.
know, right now. And it also help us by being home and actually spending your money in things that that's necessary, that you need, not just buying. And I remember I used to walk out. Every time I walk out, I'm spending money. I'm like, why did I spend that money? And I'm sitting inside home in COVID-19. I didn't have to spend nothing but food.
Yeah.
Everybody was running, trying to get the toilet paper, the food,
Yeah.
all the
Yeah.
stuff that you really need. Even
Yeah.
the children, they didn't know the kids, and them kids are under every single parent's stomach. Now they don't have no other choice, but they start figuring out who their kids are. And who they are, and
Right.
communication line, the simple things, riding a bike. Yes,
Yeah.
it does affect everyone business. The good thing for me, when COVID-19 was hitting, all my stuff was in production. That was the first time I'm actually doing production. So by the time it hit, that's when my production was done.
Oh,
Perfect.
wow. That
You
was,
you, un- you
yeah.
understand? And I took my business from the end, back in when I went back. And
Right.
I recently went back about 2 years ago.
Wow.
My daughter was like, "It's enough, mom. You could go back." So you don't say it's me.
Yeah.
So when I went back, I went straight into production. And that was the most easiest thing to do. And I thought it was the hardest thing because there's certain things that the books will give you, but experience, it's a whole nother learning.
Wow.
Whole nother learning. And I was lucky enough to understand it and run with it. And now that's why I was able to get everything online now. But
Wow.
it does affect everyone. Everyone is holding their money back. They don't know what's going on. They don't know what's the next move. New
Uh,
York City is empty. The buildings are empty.
Wow.
wow.
What? The building are empty. I remember I used to rent a whole floor. Now they're cutting the building, the whole floors into little pieces, sending them this one $1,000, 2,500, 35. That's how the Korean coming back and
Figure
renting out.
Wow.
Whatever you could
out
afford, you're gonna
not
get it.
in LA.
Huh?
I said, I hate to tell you this, but not in LA. I'm on the
Exactly.
highway.
LA is completely different. That's a whole nother. Oh yeah.
Not let no COVID stop us. We get
Oh
on
no, we don't. You don't.
No, as a matter of fact, my business is thriving more than before because
Wow.
as we know, I transferred from fashion and from working with Usher and Halle and all of them to
Oh,
houses. So now, I mean, everybody wants their house renovated because they're at home. They're at home all day long. So my
Mhm.
exactly.
I just left one meeting in Hollywood. I'm on my way to the Valley, and I got another client that we just got. But it's all of these people who
Wow.
value in their property. They have, equity in their homes. They're ready to spend. As a matter of fact,
Exactly.
almost all of my clients are asking me to build outdoor oases. They want waterfalls. They want putting ranges so they could golf. They want basketball courts. They want, above ground pools. They want decks.
Yeah.
Because if this COVID thing goes on for another year, they're fine working from home, but they want to go outside and play basketball or golf,
and be comfortable
or whatever. So my business is really doing a lot.
Yes, it is.
Before, but also, I just think that I think there's a lot of different, as we know, there are people who are in severe poverty right now who don't know where their next meal is going to come from. They don't know how they pay their rent. And then you have the very, very wealthy who, as a matter of fact, their stocks are doing very well.
Very well. Yes.
They are making a lot of money, and then nothing has changed in their life. Not one thing. And so, as a matter of fact, because the interest rate is so low, people are buying homes, renovating homes, flipping homes, buying new cars because, the deals that are out there, you can get a car and don't have to pay the note for 3 months.
No doubt, exactly.
No payments for 3 months. This is a great time for people to really concentrate on their credit, start getting their credit right, saying that you're not going out to the movies, you're not going out to buy dinner, you're not going, use that money to pay your credit card's debt down. And get your credit score up, because when this thing gets back to normal, you'll have.
It's about a number. It's about a social. Exactly. So your credit score. That's all it's all about. And that's the same thing that happened after 9/11. I went into real estate. That's when I got into real estate. After 9/11, because everybody was running out of New York, people was losing home, they was doing this, and she's right. And right now, that's exactly what happened. But the one with the dollars are the only one that's making their money, because while somebody else is losing it, somebody else is picking it up for chip change. And that's pretty much what's going on.
Wow. My goodness.
We have another question here from Jada. She asks, what advice or tips would you guys give to aspiring fashion designers?
Well, like she said, first of all, you got to have your money right. You got to have your credit incorrect. And don't think you're just going to be making the money the first few years. You have to be, very, very, very unique. And, there's nothing new under the sun, but your market is also important. Who you selling to? So all this stuff matters. So you just, take it slowly, but try to move as quick as possible, because fashion goes so quickly. In 3 months, you got to keep changing. So if you don't have your money right, you don't have your credit right, you don't have everything to standards and ready to go, then you're not ready.
Wow.
So start taking that baby step until you could feel comfortable enough and keep it moving.
And I would say that I would definitely say, first of all, create something new and different.
Correct.
I love originality. I love when someone comes up with something
gotta be unique
that no one else has ever tapped into. And, know your market. Know that, if that is something you're going to create, know what market you're tapping into. Start building a following on your social media pages, just for that type of fashion. Once you get, let's just say that, you're trying to sell a product to moms, make sure that your social media, you're gearing all of your reels and all of your videos to moms. You're linking up with influencers. You're finding people who are like-minded that can help you to elevate your company. You want to absolutely, being creative is a beautiful thing. You also have to be a businesswoman or a businessman, because you're buying fabric, you're spending this endless amount of time on creating stuff. You are you have to know, okay, what was my investment and what is my return? Your return on investment,
that's important.
Is the most important thing, because you could spend, but if you're not making money, then you might as well just go ahead and just not even put a price tag on anything and just start giving stuff away. So they have a plan, you know, to start with. This is how much I'm going to sell it for. This is how many hours I'm going to invest in it. This is how much, you know, I'm going to hopefully sell at least 100. If I can get past 100, then I know that I'm
No,
making.
there's a profit.
Yeah,
And then you got to enjoy what you do. You got to love it to be
yeah,
in it.
I agree. I agree. There's another question here. They have a lot of questions they coming out with today.
Good. I love questions.
Micaiah said this is a really good topic. It's very important that we have these conversations. Yeah.
Aw, yeah.
Well, what I want to tell your audience is that I didn't introduce myself today, so I'm going to give a quick introduction, and then I'm going to give you guys a little jewel and nugget that I'm going to drop at the end. But I was on last week, so if you guys were in the room last week, you kind of know a little bit about me. But I started off as a fashion stylist for Usher and Halle and Common and Ludacris and Eddie Murphy and Dr. Dre and Eminem and a lot of, you know, Sierra and a lot of other, Queen Latifah and a bunch of people like that. So I was a stylist first. Then I started designing, and I started designing with like Donatella Versace and Roberto Cavalli and Valentino and Mr. Armani and Dolce & Gabbana. And I did it mainly for like the Grammys and the Oscars and American Music Awards and stuff like that. So my name came like really synonymous with greatness and power and high-end fashion. And so what I did is I made sure that I never, as I said last week, I never dimmed my light when I was in the room with these great people. I still had enough power within my spirit and soul to know that I was bringing value to the table. So what I want to say to everybody in the room is know your value, know your worth. When you go to the table, don't go with an attitude of I know it all, but go to the table with I have something to lend. Let me sit at the table. Let me be in the room with these people. And little by little, you know, because you'll be in the room amongst greatness, they'll take your you know, sit down and want to know a little bit about you. Little by little, drop a little bit. Hey, what do you guys think of this? I was thinking this. I did some research and I heard that teal green is coming out next season. We should kind of implement this. So know what, you know, every step you got to study what the great people are doing, what Tom Ford is doing, what, you know, all these designers are doing. And then you take a little bit from all of them and you make your own. So all of you guys who are in the audience that are creating lines, have a hat line, have a t-shirt line, have a hoodie line, have a candle line, follow me on Facebook, inbox me, talk to me. I will mentor you or I'll help you to maybe put your line in the hands of some of these celebrities. If I think you can, you know, if I like the stuff, I will help you guys to launch. I also have a mentor program. So when you DM me, I'll talk to you about my programs and how I can be of service. And I thank the ladies on stage for having me here. Because someone helped me, I want to help you guys as well.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Dawn. I really appreciate that. And that's what I was saying. That's the thing that I love about your spirit, about Claudinette's spirit, is you guys are wanting to help. I think somebody put in one of the comments, she said, who is that? Wait a minute, one moment. Carrie Norris says our monies need to bounce at least 7 to 8 times within our communities before it leaves. And that is so true.
That's so true.
That is so true. Yeah. I think there's a, were you going to say something, Dawn?
I was just going to say, you know, but in our communities, we also have to open up small shops. The mom and pop shops don't exist anymore. And even if it's like the simplest thing, like we need places where you could go and get a fruit shake in the morning, or you can get healthy food or vegan food. We need more places that, you know, support small designers where, you know, it might just be 400 square feet, but in that room, you know, you're supporting other designers so that the money can stay in the community, not just the community that the nail salon is there, the you know, the Korean liquor store is there. We need our own stores. we have to figure out how do we start owning our own stuff so that yes, the money stays in the community and we're employing each other as well.
Yes.
So we can't own a store and then employ. And I don't have anything against white people. I don't have anything against Korean people, but we have to employ our young people
Well,
as well and give them the chance and the opportunity to learn.
and that's the thing. When I was saying we have to learn to unite it as one, because that's what they have. That's their
Right.
power, and that's what we miss in our community. So
Yeah.
if we all could pretty much as much as we talking right now, we have all four beautiful women talking about all kind of try to bring everything together, try to enlighten others. So
Yeah.
that's the way it gotta be as a whole.
Yes.
As a whole, it will work because
Yeah.
look at this here. It's $1 billion corporation, and you
Come
mean
on.
we don't want wearing most of the wigs and the hair weave and
Yeah.
everything else, and then someone else is making the money, and she's right.
Yes.
And that's
Yes.
what we pretty much looking for. You're right. That's what we're looking for us to be able to open all these different businesses.
Yeah.
And then we support one another. And don't just look at it and you pass in front. Go in. You don't know what you're gonna find. And put
Right.
that $100 into that one person pocket or whatever it takes. But if we don't give it a chance, how do we expect to move on? And
Exactly.
keep everything nice and neat so we
Come
could feel comfortable walking in.
Yes.
You feel me? Leave the community clean. Let's clean it up.
Yes.
And
Yes.
then let's run the business, and then we all share concept, because right now every single question, every single knowledge you need, it's in the computers right under your fingertip, a mile, 100 miles away. So I think we need to enlighten ourselves and really go for it, and don't be don't have no fear. Don't worry about what the next person next to you is saying or doing. Just do what you think you have to do.
Yeah.
And if you could give another one a hand and pull them up, try that. Even if
Yes.
it's 1, 2, whatever amount of people that you could help. And that's how it goes. Don't start coming around, moving around like crab. We pulling each other down. No, we gotta stop that. Seriously.
We do.
It's
We do.
important.
Yeah, and that's why I know, like I was telling Don before, that the Most High God gave me this vision for Black Heritage Enterprise Marketplace. It's our time. It's our time. I can remember as a child, in my communities growing up in Florida, there was a Black family that owned a grocery store, a record shop, like gas stations. It's like now to see, I didn't realize how much these things have changed until I went back to my old communities, and I'm like, man, all of the gas stations are owned by Arabs or Indians. All of the corner stores are owned by them too.
Mm-hmm.
There's really nothing in our community that we still have ownership of except for barbershops and beauty salons.
Right.
That's true. That's true.
So the idea of, I don't think that our people, we're so used to trying to get a discount on something or saving money on something that we don't oftentimes really take a look at, okay, what is it really costing me? Because right now I'm getting instant gratification from purchasing this item at a discount. But am I not patronizing my own people? I'm really at the end of the day setting my people up for a demise. I'm causing that a broader, wealth gap by not patronizing my own people. And now, because there are so few of us that have businesses in our own communities, it's hard to know who to patronize.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's the thing is getting back to that. And I really appreciate you guys for being on the platform. I think, Claudinette, there was a question on here for you. Let's see.
Nathaniel said, how does an idea become a finished product? What are the steps?
Okay. The first thing for me, I usually get my inspiration. It could be in the beach. It could be anywhere. and I could see the colors. Maybe that's the color I want to go for this next season. And then from the color to the fabrics, and then the first thing, sometimes I see the fabric before I see the sketch. And other time I see the sketch and then I run with the sketch and bring everything to reality. And from the sketch, you have to do the first product, which is the first pattern. The first pattern is the pattern that the small model will come in and put on and do the fitting, because a lot of people say, oh, why are they always using small models for, for fashion show? What happened to the big girls? But if you buying the fabric $100 a yard, you
Wow.
want to put that cut. Exactly. You want to put that cut to a smaller girl. And that
Okay.
cut could always extend with upgrading pattern to make it
Right.
small, medium, large. Most designers try to save money for the
Mm,
runway. That's why
got
it's
it.
always the smallest girl that they get to give that cut. Once
Okay.
that cut is done, you going back to production. Production model is completely different from the runway models.
Okay.
Production model is the normal girl, the regular medium girl, the regular medium size small girl. And they're
Yeah.
usually shorter and a little bit bigger than the runway girls. You
Oh,
understand? Because
got
most
it.
people don't look like the runway girls. And they tall, they slim,
Right.
and then when
Mm-hmm.
they're in front of the camera, they just give that elegant height of the
Mm-hmm.
whole fabric in the fall. So that's why it's important to do two different basic pattern. So your production pattern is your production model now. So
Wow.
you get one model when you call the agencies. Yes, you could call the agencies that will give you all the runway girls. When you're ready to do only production, you call a production model. And they
Right.
will give you that too. Is that the girl that you want to represent with a bigger chest, a small waistline, or a little bigger
Right.
waistline? You know what I
Mm,
mean? What is
yeah.
your look? What do you want this, fuchsia girls to look like? So that's
Right.
how you start with your production girl. And after the fit look really nice and it fall perfectly, once you do that one piece, then
Mm-hmm.
you take it to upgrading pattern. In the upgrading pattern, they're the one that take their production pattern and then go to small, medium, large, extra large, and then you take it
Oh,
to the manufacturers, and the manufacturers have them big machine where they could cut everything, 1,000 cut in one shot. You understand? And
yeah, yeah.
then you go to your sewing company, and then they sew the pieces, and that's your production. And sometimes you have everything under one manufacturers.
Wow.
That's how the whole process go.
And us on the outside, we think it's a simple process. Like,
Yeah.
No, baby girl, no, not at all. And if you go, and that's why designers sometimes take a little bit longer than others to produce. But if you go in overseas, try to get the cut price, you
mm-hmm,
understand? Now you got to take that basic pattern and hope that they do it right the first time before
right.
they cut it. So if it come back wrong, then
Mm-hmm.
your whole entire product is wrong. Now,
Oh,
let's
wow.
just said you have a contract with Neiman.
Mm-hmm.
If Neiman give you a timeline and you don't have that timeline by 1201, they don't have to take that product. And that's your loss. So you gotta have a good relationship with your manufacturers to make sure that everything is cut and it's right and
Mm-hmm.
it's perfect before it could come out of their manufacturers. And they could give it to you on time. So that's
Wow.
the whole process.
Ooh-wee.
And of
That's
course, you got to go to textile shows. This textile show, this fashion shows, and then you got to bring the accessories. There's a lot of stuff going on. It's not just one thing.
interesting.
Jada said, for me as someone trying to gradually make my way into the fashion industries, both of you definitely inspired me to keep my head up and push towards my goals. Thank you both so much. Thank you guys for coming on the show.
Jada, thank you.
Thank you.
And then I also wanted to ask you guys, you know, in this new age generation where we're always on our phones, everything is at our fingertips, you know, we have so much experience between the both of you guys. Throughout your experience in getting into the fashion industry, how was it? Like, if I know that you guys have learned a lot of things through trial and error, what is one thing that it was just like, man, I wish I knew this before I went ahead and did it? Or, you know, just for the up and coming people so that they can know, hey, let me make sure to take a note of this so that I don't necessarily have to make this same mistake and I can make sure I'm doing what I need to do.
You know what? I don't look at too many things a mistake for me. I always try to look at it more like a learning process because you're gonna make those mistakes. You're gonna make those mistakes. Nobody is perfect. So the only thing is try not to make it twice. You understand? You learn from it. But at the same time, there's so many ways to do things. You just gotta be in the alert of everything around you. You know, what is in, what's not in, what is the trend. You constantly have your mind creating. And you could be the one that come with something way before Fusha. You understand? And you run with it and become way bigger than someone else. You know, they've been in the business for years and so on. So you don't know what that is. You just got to be in your creative move and stay away from negative vibe, negative people. And, you know, when you feel that, you just move and keep moving forward with what you think that is right. And I hate when somebody tell you, oh, you know what? Do it this way. I said, but I think I should do it that way. And then I listened to you, and next minute I found myself, I was right. So a lot of these, you know, sometimes don't you be going through that experience?
Yeah.
So, you know, sometimes you just gotta be in charge with what you want and what you really need to do, and then just go for it. You know, just go for it. You're gonna make the mistake. And I can sit here and lie to you and tell you cannot make you, or you're not going to make no mistake. And for me, it's time.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would say, and I use this metaphor a lot. If I only knew then what I know now.
Exactly.
So to answer your question, what would I have done differently? I mean, in retrospect, you know, I've made a lot of mistakes, but what I would have done differently is I would have had a team. I would have had a team of people around me because I would have been a lot further in my life. You know, as a businesswoman, you know, and unfortunately, you know, we didn't have the opportunity that a lot of other cultures have, which is, you know, I'm gonna have an office, I'm gonna have a showroom, I'm gonna have this, I'm gonna have that, I'm gonna have a team.
Right.
I think I would have been a lot further if I was able to have, you know, 4 or 5 more people around me that I could have bounced ideas off of. Some of my biggest mistakes that I made, I did because I didn't talk to anybody else. I made investments that were bad. If I had sat with somebody and shared with them, hey, this person just came to me with this investment, I'm going to go ahead and do this. What do you think? I know they would have said, Dawn, that doesn't sound right. You know, that doesn't sound right. And so I just say, move slowly. Think about, you know, everything you have, and then don't be afraid to share with other people, you know, like, what do you think about this? And you know, then you go back and you meditate, then you go back and you pray, then you go back and you say, okay, feels good with my spirit. Just don't move fast. That's all. That's what I would say.
Awesome.
Thank you so much for that, you guys.
Take your time.
You're welcome. Anytime.
Oh, and Micaiah said, thank y'all for taking the time out to come on. It is very inspiring and insightful. I can attest to that. I'm just like, oh my goodness, I'm in their presence. All the information is gleaming on me. Yes.
It's a pleasure meeting all of you. This is beautiful.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I would love to be able to. I mean, I think there's so many of you guys out there that are so creative that just don't have anyone to tap into, and so
It's true.
hopefully in the future we'll have like maybe some, when all this stuff gets
Mhm.
done, I'd like to do some retreats.
Yeah.
Go
That
where
And then try to travel, go see the other cultures, different
Yeah.
things. Take a little time to do that as
Yeah.
well. Save that money and use it wisely because
Exactly.
the eyes needs to be open,
Mhm.
And now
Mhm.
we have the internet. We could open our eyes even bigger. So that's
Yeah.
important. And then
Agree.
we'll be able to create a little bit more and giving more.
Yes, yes, yes. I have a question about, and this is my last one because I know that Claudinette, you have to leave. And we want to be respectful of your time. I wanted to ask you something about
Okay,
like
that's the time.
textiles and stuff for people for like young entrepreneurs that's just now really trying to get into the industry. How do they really make a decision on what textiles to use in a design?
What to use?
Yeah, like the type of textiles to use with
Oh,
design.
textile. Oh,
Mhm.
there's so many different textile that's being produced now. Um, you can't. You just gotta try to find a way to go to the exhibition fashion show. It's free. All you have
Mhm.
to do is register.
Wow.
Register and go see it. They come all over the world. And you
That,
could go and register. They have them in New York, they have them in LA, they have them everywhere. So
okay.
going into the internet, just find out when is the textile fashion show week is. And then they, just take the time and register and get in there, and you will see all the different new development because you have people from all different countries that's coming with new textile at all time.
Mhm.
So it's important for you to go and feel it and touch it and see the resistance, of this fabric, water resistant. Some of them, dirt come out with no. So it's a lot of new textile being developed from everywhere, all over the world, except especially China, Paris, Italy.
Wow.
Paris is the heart of fashion. They always come in with the couture detailed, and there's so
Yes.
much to
Yes.
learn. There's so much to learn. You just gotta go to the shows, and don't let people tell you, "Oh, you gotta pay money." It's free. They want you to be there. If you had the money to purchase, you can purchase. Get the
Wow.
simple sizes, get simple pieces, meaning. And usually it's about 10 yard or something, make something out of it. You could be one of a kind and start your
Mhm.
pieces like that. Hopefully someone be able to wear it. You understand?
Yeah.
Even though you don't have the production part of it because you don't have enough money, but at least someone is out looking with your piece with this
Right.
unique fabric. So it's many different ways you could cut short in your money as well to save and use it wisely.
Oh, that was some good tea, honey. And I don't have no tea today to take no sips, but that was some good tea. Y'all bringing the tea tonight.
Hmm.
I'm just loving it. And listen, like, I see you have some designs back there. Were you gonna share some of that with us tonight?
Oh yeah, this is most of the pieces that I have online, and
Okay.
this is one of my pieces.
I love that. I'm gonna have to get that. Is so cute.
COVID just turned everything to just like you see,
Oh,
and then
look
you
at
could
that.
take it exists and
Oh, wow. That is
and then
so cute.
let me see. Could you get some? Let me see if I could get some. Yeah, take them out of the plastic because I gotta hear them. So we had some pieces, we had some pieces for guys, for women, and this is the first time I actually went and did production. So you see, when you're being creative, you gotta do something a little bit different. You know what? This is for the guys,
Oh, that's
you
nice.
know, and then
Oh,
you
I
have
like
the other one.
it.
There's
See the
different
texture of
pieces.
it?
And then you see, for women, all girls want the skinny waistline, and you try to do something.
Yes.
It doesn't have to cost that much money. It could be just a unique cut. Use
Right.
the fabric wisely. That's
Right.
what's important, especially with the crisis that's going on right now.
Mhm.
People don't want to go spend, $1,000 and $100 of,
Right.
for fabric. So it's important that you use your cut and make it look unique. You know what I mean? So you
Yeah.
can get your profit right.
I love it. I
You
love
know,
it. I
let me
love
see that piece. And this one for the girls.
it. Ooh, that is.
The
I see
peach.
the
Let
colors
me
over
see the
there. Ooh,
peach.
I love
Yeah,
that.
this is, it's all custom
Love that.
fabric. So it's all,
Ooh, that's
painted,
beautiful.
it was one of a kind. You have all the matching masks.
Oh my
Um,
God.
let me see the
Look
pink
at
top, the peach. Yeah, take that one out.
Oh yes. Oh
And you
my
see, you just
gosh.
create little different thing. Just make it look different, but
Ooh,
it's,
I gotta get.
you have the matching mask,
Oh, that's
Oh, that is
beautiful.
you
so
know,
cute.
you
Oh
see,
my
Satin.
gosh.
you just
Yes,
Mhm.
want
I
to
love
do little
it.
things, different. And then when women walk into that room, you just feel good. And I
Yeah.
know she's seeing it all with
Yeah.
all the big time
Done.
designer.
Done
This
is
is
it all.
fuchsia.
Beautiful.
You gotta look at fuchsia now. I don't care about Gucci right now.
It's
He said she
beautiful.
don't care
Louis
about
Vuitton.
it's about
Beautiful.
Fuchsia this song.
Yeah. So that's pretty much what you want to do with the fabric. Even though now you in the market where people are struggling, they rather get the food than the clothes, and they
Right.
could wait, or some can't afford it. So you just gotta, manage things a little bit different. Just watch
Right.
the market. Use your money very, very wisely. Because
Yeah.
once it's produced, you cannot bring it back again next year. That's how
Wow.
you got to think about it.
Yeah, I
And
love it.
and hopefully someone will have it in the closet forever.
Exactly. Like a lot of my stuff that I wish I would have kept from like the 80s and the
Mhm.
90s because you see some
Because
of
they
that
keep coming
stuff,
back around.
that
That's what
keep coming
fashion
back
is all
around.
about. That's what it's
Yeah.
important to cut very small pieces so you don't have to keep producing for a large group of individual. Once
Right.
10 people have this pieces, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Unless somebody else gonna copy it.
Exactly.
That's what it
Exactly.
is. Yeah.
Exactly.
Makaya said, I'm a huge fan of jackets and I love those designs. Question: is the mask built into the jacket?
Yes, I sold it. Sold in. It's sold
That is
in.
so cute.
I'm
Yeah.
always forgetting my mask
And then you can put
everywhere.
it exactly. So you already have it. See, again, you got to look at what's going around you,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and you usually create based on what's happening that
Mm-hmm.
moment,
True.
the
Right.
trend. That's
Right.
pretty much what it is.
Wow. I love how you incorporated that. You would never be able to tell that that's what it was
Mm-hmm.
Thank
if
you. Thank
you
you.
flip it up. I love that. I love
Beautiful.
it.
Don, I am
Beautiful.
such a fan.
I'm a fan of yours. Yes. So proud
And
of you. I'm proud of you.
I'm proud of you. And I love where you're going too, because that's another market for me as well. Real estate, interior decorating, love it.
Know that.
That's the market now.
Yeah. I got tired of talking to people and convincing them to put it on. You'll see. You'll like it. Just
Yeah,
put it on.
exactly.
Now I don't have to ask them. I just build the house. They don't talk
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
I'm trying not to talk much. Just let somebody else go sell it.
Yeah.
So what state are you in? You're in New York, and what part of New York? What borough?
I, I'm in New York, putting my whole showroom together on 38th Street and 7th.
Oh, nice. Okay, very good. All right. Well, when I come,
Yeah, while everybody's running, I'm going in because in the next 2 years, you're not going to be able to afford it.
when
Yeah.
I come to New York, I'll come see you.
Okay, that sounds beautiful.
All right, honey.
Looking forward.
Yes. I don't have my teacup, but yes. I'm gonna do my invisible tea.
Ooh.
I love it. I love it.
Pinky finger up.
Yes.
Ah, see,
That is so good. I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm
Well,
loving the
thank
fact that
you
you guys
guys.
are connecting. And I just know that something great is going to come out of it. All of us working together. I just talked to Don actually about bringing a fashion show to Tampa Bay, Florida. We had a couple guys on. Last week was men's edition, and the week before was Don's episode. And we were talking about the guys. They were like, "Listen, we want to collaborate and do a fashion show." And I was like, "Okay, then we can do that." So I've been calling around today, checking out on venues and different things like that, and just trying to see, how we can make this thing work. But yeah, so
It's needed.
it's definitely needed.
Yeah, because they haven't really have real fashion show for the last 2 years. Because now what was happening, you paying over $100,000s for 20 minutes. That
Yeah,
stuff is gone, you know,
yeah,
and the
right.
people are just using any location, their price range, and then just thought it because social media is different. It's not
Yeah,
like back in the days you had to buy a page
mhm,
from a magazine, 10 grand, 15,000. So now
mhm,
it's free.
yeah,
You just gotta have the audience.
exactly, exactly. Oh my gosh, that's it. And we got it.
And I think too that, I know when you do your show, it's going to be more than just a show. There's going to be music and
Oh
dancing.
yeah, oh yeah.
Exactly,
They're
Donna.
not ready.
They're already.
They're not ready. It's gonna be off the chain. I'm telling you that. It's like the kids say now. It's lit. It's gonna be lit. We're gonna make
Yep.
sure. We're gonna make sure of it. And Claudinette, I hope you'll be able to join us.
Okay. Okay. Send me more information in the schedule.
I will definitely do that. I'm gonna send you the schedule tonight because I know
Okay.
you.
Oh, ready?
Yeah, I'm gonna send it. No, not the schedule, but the dates. So at
Okay.
least you're
That
able to
sounds
lock
good.
the dates in.
Okay. That sounds good.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, guys, for having me.
We
And
appreciate you guys for
it was a
coming.
pleasure.
Thank you so much.
We're so
Okay.
happy.
Me too. Thank you.
Bye. Thank
Oh my
you.
gosh, this warms my heart. I just pray that God bless you and your both of you and your endeavors, and
You as
that
well.
bless your family, protect your family members, and keeps you guys and cause you to prosper because you're sowing seed. And this, what you're giving, is intangible. There's really no price tag that you can put on the advice that you're providing. So I really do appreciate both of you for taking the time out tonight to come out and share with the people the things that can help to make them successful.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anytime.
Thank
Okay. Bye. That's nice.
Thank
you.
No, just thank you guys. I mean, I look forward to growing a wonderful and fruitful partnership with you guys. I know that whatever you guys do, it's going to turn into something beautiful. And I just hope I could be on the sideline and I could tell everybody,
Oh,
I know those wonderful
Look,
ladies right there.
no.
Let me tell you, it's
No,
just
no,
the
no.
beginning.
I'm going to say I know her. I remember talking to her. I remember her saying that she wanted to have her own fashion line or whatever it is. I'm going to be like, I know her.
Exactly.
How old are you?
Exactly.
I'm 24.
Oh, you a baby.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
Get out of here. Get out of here. You a Listen, if Trump and Biden at that age running and taking that job, we are super young. We
Yeah.
just starting.
Yeah,
Mhm.
starting. Yep, exactly.
We are just starting. If these old men are running the way they're running, come
We
on,
can do
guys.
it.
Come
Yeah.
on.
For real. And then look at this, all of this beautiful melanin.
Yes.
Don't break.
All in the room. All in the room.
Yes, all of this melanin
Okay.
on the screen tonight on the platform.
Aw.
Thank you so much.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome. And
And you guys,
did any one of you did you have anything that you would want to say in closing?
I mean, I think we spilled a lot of tea here.
The
we
tea
sure
has been
did.
Yes.
All,
Yes.
all I could say, good luck.
Yeah.
Well, I don't believe in luck. I shouldn't even say that. Have
Continued
faith
success.
and continue doing what you
Yeah.
know best.
Yes.
And every day you got to take that step
Yeah.
Yep.
and you get closer and closer to the success. That's how it works.
I agree.
Thank you so much. Thank
All right,
you.
guys. Goodbye. I'm going to have some real tea now. Some ginger tea.
Good night. Blessings.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you, Dawn. Good night.
Bye.
Bye. That was awesome. Oh my gosh.
That was great.
We hope that you guys were educated,
Inspired.
motivated. Even if your desired field is not the fashion industry, but you would like to do something else, everything that they gave, all of the lessons and the tools and the advice and wisdom that they gave can be applied in any other industry. Right, Brittany?
That's right. All that information. They dropped gems for free. They gave us hot tea so we could
Yeah.
sip, had our pinkies in the air. I mean, where else can you get such wonderful content?
Can't get it. But listen, Black Heritage Enterprise, what? Marketplace, BIMP Corporation. Hey! And listen, okay, so tonight I'm giving away a free t-shirt, a free Black Heritage Enterprise t-shirt. I know I did not say that I was going to be doing this, but I would like to give this t-shirt to Carrie Norris for her engagement and activity on the platform. So Carrie Norris, you have earned yourself a Black Heritage Enterprise t-shirt.
Woo!
Thank you so much. And thank you guys. And she said greatly appreciated. And thank you all for tuning in tonight. Now listen, next month is our marching to the beat of our own drum.
Boom, chicka, boom, chicka, boom, chicka, boom.
Yes, we're going to be doing it. Music, honey, music madness in the month of March, as well as I'm going to have some people on the platform who are movie producers.
Ooh. Party over here. Party over here. Are y'all ready though? Are y'all ready?
Hey.
I need y'all hype because
yes,
we're coming with that fire. So let us know.
Yes, we're gonna be doing it. We bringing the heat. We bringing it. We are bringing the heat. Okay. There you are, Carrie. Yes, we are. Yes, and yes, we bringing the heat. So March, y'all better get ready.
You always got me dancing. Ooh, 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 ooh.
We waiting on our production team to put up the flyer for for our first guest in March. I want to say it's March 2nd. Is it March 2nd? Oh, March 3rd. Tuesday, March 3rd, we will be having on the platform Mr. Sarad, who is our special guest. And listen, Sarad worked for Social Deaf Records with Jermaine Dupri. So I know y'all can't wait to have him on the platform because it's gonna be lit, y'all. It's gonna be lit. It's gonna be lit. So with all of that being said, make sure that you tune in to BIMP on the Spot with who?
Brittany Lawrence. It's me.
Yes, this coming Thursday, February 25th, 2021 at
6:30 p.m.
Hey, she's gonna be interviewing Althea Weller of Rose of Sharon Health and Beauty Product Company. She's going to be on the platform. She is going to be, it's all natural, guys, all natural. And I want to say that Althea is tuning in with us tonight. Hey, Althea. She constantly supports. I'm going to have to also give Althea
a t-shirt as well. She's been on here consistently for the past couple weeks supporting Black Heritage Enterprise. She's sharing all of our stuff on her social media platforms. So we want to say thank you to her. And guys, make sure that you tune in on Thursday because you want to hear the story behind her brand, okay? The story behind her brand. So with all of that being said, we would like to thank you for tuning in.
BEMP Corporation, T-shirt and tees. We out.
See you later.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.